Alright, video starting. Alright, so we're going to learn more about context clues today. Alright, so first, if I could have everybody's attention over here. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. 1, 2, eyes on you. Alright, so the team for this lesson is 4.2b, okay? So students understand new vocabulary and use it when reading and writing. Okay, students use the context of the sentence to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words or multiple meaning words. Alright, the ELPS, this is for English language learners. The student is able to use visual and contextual support and support from peers to read grade level appropriate content area text. The content objective, that's what you're going to be doing. The student will identify context clues within a short passage to determine the meaning of an unknown word. Alright, so eyes back up here. So we're going to watch a short video that I think will help explain context clues a little bit better.
You realize that the world is full of cravens who pretend to be heroes.
Quiet, Moby. You know Throne of Kings is my favorite show. Oh, craven is another word for coward.
A mind needs books, as a sword needs a whetstone, if it is to keep its edge.
Yeah, I guess there are a lot of confusing words in this show. Dear Tim and Moby, what are context clues? My English teacher says they can help me improve my vocabulary, but I'm not sure what she's talking about. Help! From George. Well, George, when we talk about context, we're talking about something's surroundings. You know, like the setting or the backdrop. Take a look at this picture. Can you tell what's missing by looking at the context?
Alright, so pause. I want us to take a minute to look up here and use this picture to infer what she is holding. I want you to turn and talk at your table for a moment. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so, Narada, what do you think she's holding? What is your evidence? Okay, so she has a bat and a glove. Okay, does anyone have anything different? McKaylin?
I think it's a baseball or a softball.
Okay, what is your evidence?
My evidence is I could see her holding the bat, and she has like a uniform on and like some cleats, and I play softball.
Okay, so you used your schema, that's your background knowledge, and this picture, she's wearing a bat and she's wearing a uniform. So let's see if we're right.
Heck yeah, a baseball. You can do the same detective work with words. Let me grab my Throne of Kings books and I'll show you. Yes, I've read them all. That's why I appreciate the show on a much deeper level than you. Anyway, when you see a word you don't know, it's usually surrounded by words you do know. So look at those words and see if they can help you fill in the blank. Take this for example. After dinner, a group of mummers entertained the guests by acting out the story of an evil wizard. You probably don't know the word mummer, but look at what the author says. The mummers entertain people and they act out stories. Can you think of another group of entertainers who act out stories? Right, actors. Mummers is an old-timey word for actors. Of course, there are different ways to look for context clues. Sometimes a mystery word can be defined by its antonyms or opposites. Take this passage. Unlike his genteel brother, Hubert displayed poor manners and crude behavior. The mystery word is genteel. From the context, we know that it's the opposite of someone who's crude and has bad manners. Right again. The word genteel describes someone who's classy and dignified, like that guy. You can also figure out a mystery word by looking for synonyms, or words that mean the same thing. Here, take this one. King Adenoid had married the comeliest woman in the realm, far lovelier and more beautiful than anyone in the 12 counties. Comeliest isn't a word we see too often, but let's take a closer look. First, it ends in the suffix est, like biggest, smartest, and richest. So the queen must be the best or most at something. But what? In the same sentence, it says she's lovelier and more beautiful than anyone else. Those are the synonyms we're looking for. She's the loveliest, most beautiful woman in the kingdom. Okay, just one more trick. Sometimes a mystery word will be surrounded by examples that can tip off its meaning. Check out this excerpt. Royalton City was filled with cathedrals, castles, and other huge edifices. Now, castles and cathedrals are both examples of big... flying monkeys? No. They're buildings, Moby. A cathedral's a building, so's a castle. So edifices means buildings. That's true. Sometimes there just isn't enough context to figure a word out. When that happens, there's no shame in using a dictionary.
The thanes of these hibernal climes are mere vassals of the Iron Throne.
Alright. So that last one used a lot of words. So that one used a lot of words that we didn't know. Dwayne, can you get the lights, please? That last one. So I'm going to be calling you guys to the carpet. Except group 6. You guys are going to stay there, but you should still be able to see. All right. 1, 2, 3, break.
1, 2, 3, break.
I love how you guys are pushing in your chairs. You're walking calmly. Don't get too close. Others might step on you by accident. You smell it. You're gonna block Naomi's view. Okay. All right. So we went over this anchor chart. I think earlier this week.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go over it again. All right. So context clues. Like in the video, they described five different ways to find context: definition, synonym, antonym, example, and inference. Okay, so definition. Miss Cook is an affable teacher. She is easy to approach and always friendly. So, by using this, what do you guys think affable means? Rihanna? A great teacher. Kanasia? Nice. Yeah, so Miss Cook is we can always check and use the word we think it is and reread the sentence. Miss Cook is a nice teacher. She is easy to approach and always friendly. And then we have synonym, which is another way we can find it. So, Miss Cook is quite affable. In fact, she reminds me of Miss Jordan. Do you remember how kind she was? So in this one, who thinks they can find a synonym for affable in this sentence? Keisha? It's kind, all right? So Miss Cook is quite kind. In fact, she reminds me of Miss Jordan. Do you remember how kind she was? So yes, kind, that is the synonym for affable. We can also use antonyms. I miss Miss Cook. Our new teacher, Mr. Jones, is so cranky and unapproachable. Miss Cook was so affable. So who thinks they can find the antonym? Stephen?
Oh, I can't see.
Cameron? Cranky. Okay, so yeah. Mr. Mr. Jones is so cranky and so unapproachable. Miss Cook was affable. So cranky is the antonym of affable, which means nice. Alright? Then we also have example. Miss Cook is an affable teacher. She knows everybody's name. If you have a problem, talk to her. So what do you think the example of Miss Cook being affable is in this? Matthew? It's okay. Abram? Oh, wait. Brandon? Helpful? Yeah. Okay. Narada? Yeah, she knows everybody's name. So that's something, an affable teacher. Okay, Karen? Yeah, if you have a problem, you can talk to her. That's something an affable teacher will let you do. And then we have the last one is inference. You don't need to worry about talking to Miss Cook. She's an affable teacher. So we would infer that, so we don't need to worry about her because she's going to be nice. So we don't have to worry about talking to her. If we try to talk to her, she's not going to be like, what do you want? No, she's going to be like, what do you need? I'm sorry, Canadian. All right. Okay. So now we're going to play a little, let's say a little game.
Right there?
Nope, not right here.
Right there, behind you.
Oh, this one? This is a little bit. Alright, so we're going to go back to our desks. 1, 2, 3, break.
1, 2, 3, race up!
Alright, go back to your desk. Thank you guys, you're walking so nicely. Over here. Alright. So, I'm going to give it to Anna. You give these, one of each to each person. One to each person.
Can you go back to the
Alright. So Anna is passing out a score sheet, and you're going to use this throughout the lesson. Yes, definitely write your name on it. What do you think, Brandon? So, we're going to be going through a few cards together, and then we are I'm going to pair you guys up in partners. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
1, 2, I love you!
Here. Alright, like I said, Anna's passing out a paper. Once you get it, put your name on the top. Very important. When I'm grading this, I want to give that grade to somebody. Okay? Good job, Keisha. Alright, so, like I said earlier, we're going to go over a few cards together. I'm going to go through some strategies we can use on the cards around the room to help find our answer. And then I'm going to pair you guys up in partners. Okay? By drawing sticks. So it's at random. I don't want to hear Okay, there you go. That's much better. Alright. Okay, and then you guys are going to go around the room with your partner answering the questions. Oh, you didn't get one? There wasn't any more left? Alright. Here we go. There was a bunch on this list. Alright, that's alright. I was like, what the heck? I made plenty. Alright, so if I could have your eyes up here, move your eyeballs. Okay, so we're going to go over this first part. Everybody see it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright, so, so Janice opened the door to the car and a rush of hot air hit her in the face. That's summer in Galveston for you, she thought. A sweat poured down her face. She said, I can't wait for this torrid weather to be over and cooler weather to be here. Alright, so what does torrid mean? A, hot. No, A, freezing. Sorry, B, hot, C, sweaty. I want you to turn and talk at your table. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so what do we think it means? Madison? Huh? Freezing? What makes you think it's freezing?
Because she says that she can't wait till this torrid weather is over and the cooler weather is here.
Okay. It's asking us for what torrid means. Okay? Cooler is an antonym for torrid. Brianna?
I have heard that means hot.
Okay. Because?
My evidence before is that she said I can't wait to this warm weather comes, and when I put hot in the sentence,
Okay, so you inserted the word back in the sentence. Alright, so it is B, hot. Okay, the clues that we would use, so she said that it's summer, so it's not going to be cold. We all know that summer in Texas or in Galveston is not cold. Okay, we wish it was. Not yet. Not yet. Okay, and then she said she got hit in the face with a rush of hot air. Okay, then she was sweating. It poured down her face, so we know that it's like really hot. Okay, and then it also had an antonym for cooler weather. Right? So, right. B on number 1. So we're going to move on to card 2. Oh, you're gonna have plenty. Okay? You're gonna have plenty. Alright, so number 2. Marco didn't like his homework assignment. It was so confusing. Every problem seemed harder than the one before. He was on the brink of giving up at this point. Why does homework have to be so arduous? He thought to himself. Oh well, I'll just have to buckle down and get it done. So what does arduous mean? A, easy. B, hard. C, funny. I want you to turn and talk at your table about what you think it means. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, alright, so, Cameron, what do you think arduous means? Michaelin, what do you think arduous means?
I think arduous means be hard.
Because?
I think because it's because it says, why does homework have to be so arduous? He thought to himself. Oh well, I'll just have to buckle down and get it done. That's what you would usually say if something's hard. You just have to get it over.
Okay, so you use some schema. Yeah, usually if something's easy, you don't say, I just guess I'll have to buckle down and do this easy thing.
If it's easy, you're like, oh, let me just do this real quick and go play on my video game.
Nayeli?
I think it's also hard because at the beginning he said his homework assignment was basically so confusing.
Okay, that's good. You used a word from in there. So the answer is yes, it's be hard.
Yeah.
Okay? The clues I used were it was so confusing. Each problem seemed harder than the one before. he was on the brink of giving up. Okay, and then he's like, I just have to buckle down. Okay. So I used I used different words in there to help me figure out what arduous meant. Right. So write down B for number 2. We're going to move on to card 3. We're almost done. Almost time to release the wave. Okay, you guys are going to do 12 on your own. You're okay. Alright, so Miss Cook was an amazing teacher. She spent time getting to know each of her students and tried to make her lessons as fun as she could. She thought about them at night after she went home. She was such a dedicated teacher. What does dedicated mean? A, fearful. B, angry. C, caring. I want you to turn and talk at your table.
C, caring. Because she's
I
not.
changed it up a bit this year. Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right, so Maya, what do you think dedicated means? Okay, you think it's caring because it says she's an amazing teacher. Aiden?
I think she's caring because it says she was an amazing teacher, and it says she kind of likes to spend time to get to know them.
Okay, she's caring because she's an amazing teacher and she likes to know her students. Keisha?
I think it's C, caring, because in actual life, Miss Cook is also caring for us. It caring for Miss George.
Aw, alright, so in actual life, she is also very caring. So yes, it is C, caring. The clues that I used to help me find out were she was an amazing teacher. She spent time getting to know her students. She made sure her lessons were fun. And she thought about them every night. Okay? So write C on your scorecard for number 3. Yep. Alright. So number 4. Shanique worked in his father's shop after school. They fixed appliances, lawnmowers, and other small equipment. There are so many customers these days that he and his father could hardly keep up. Since all of the customers were paying them on time, it seemed to be a prosperous year this year. What does the word prosperous mean? A, wealthy. B, difficult. C, easy. I want you to turn and talk. This one's a little harder than the rest of them.
Wait.
This one's a bit harder. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was so good. You guys stopped in time. I'm giving you guys a marble. Alright. So, Cameron.
I think it's approximately difficult because he says he has small equipment and there's so many customers.
Okay. Alright. Well, if there's lots of, look, it says lots of customers and they're paying on time. Okay. Brianna?
I think it's C
Okay. Why do you think it's C?
because they said that customers didn't have any
Okay, they didn't have any difficulties. All right. Anna.
I think it's A.
Okay, why do you think it's A?
Because it talks about that they were paying on time.
Okay, so this one was a bit harder than the rest. This one is A. I know it. Okay. All right, this one was really hard because. All right, so they fixed appliances and small equipment. There are so many customers. Okay.
Oh, and they were
Okay, and then all the customers were paying on time, so they didn't have to wait. They didn't have to wait for the customers to pay. They were just getting their money right away. Okay, so it was a wealthy year. Okay, all right. So we're gonna move on to our independent practice. Okay. Oh, sorry. Write A. You're right. Write A for number 4 on your card. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to be picking partners. Table 6, all of you will be working together. Okay, I'm going to be pulling partners. Okay. You know what Miss Tokawa says? You get what you get and you don't throw a fit? Okay, if you're pissed with a partner you don't like, you are going to just use that conflict resolution and try not to have any problems. Okay, so we have Brandon and Abram. Okay, stay in your seats.
Champ it out.
Yes, that's right. I'll champ it out. Good job reminding me, guys. Good job. Good job. Okay, so we're going to champ it out. Thank you. All right, so conversation. You guys are going to be working with partners. That's right. So it's level 1. You guys are like so on this today. It's level 1. So you can have partner voices. Okay, if you need help. Good job. You guys are going to raise your hand. All right. Okay. So activity, this is context clues walk.
Around. Don't get in front of the camera.
So context clues. I keep forgetting that now. Context clues walk. Movement. You are going to be walking around the room.
And don't
hit.
And don't make faces in the. You don't hit.
Right. Okay. Participation. When you're done, you're going to turn into the top tray. Yep, you're going to turn into the top tray, and then you're going to come to your desk, and you're going to read. Read independently or do unfinished work. But just read. Okay, so you're going to turn into top tray. And if we do all of these things, we will be
Successful!
Okay, alright, so Brandon and Abram, you guys are together?
You have to put read under the top tray.
Oh, top tray and read. Okay, no, just reading. Alright, so Abram and Brandon, come get a clipboard up here. Kate, Maya, and Cameron. Pedro and Brianna. Michaela and Aiden. Sorry, Michaelan and Aiden. Keisha and Narada. Okay, Nayeli and Anna. Matthew and Kanasia. Shada and Madison. Okay. We'll worry about that. Yeah, well, that's not there. That was used
No, oh yeah, I forgot I went home. I thought I was with you. Where's 5?
Alright, so okay. Alright, remember, if you need help, raise your hand. Keisha, were you not here? Alright, you have to go with your partner. Take those out. Okay, there's enough to where there should be blank ones. Look, Keisha and Ross is a blank one right over here. Or right there. No, work with your partner. Good. No, guys, don't work. Work with your partner. If you have problems,
Wait, no, you were asking me.
okay. What's up? Okay. Okay, Parker.
Wait, so you want to
And guys, be very careful to make sure you're writing that answer in the right spot. What? Yes, it will. Yes, you're okay.
Wait, where's
Yep. Yeah, there's one right there.
Waiting.
It's
right here.
Is that 7?
His uncle was able to go to open night, and said it was an amazing movie. Wondered what would happen
Answer this question, please.
next.
What's up, love?
His
His door neighbor was known to be quite cantankerous. He yelled at all the neighbor's kids they rode their bikes near his yard. He was always complaining about the noise. He just didn't chill out and be nice. What do you think cantankerous means? You ever heard the kid off playing
Feeling of wanted to know what happened.
Okay, so what do you think? What do you think it is?
Oh, and it's not sick.
Yeah. You guys have to work together.
You
What
guys
do you
get
mean?
to see
Oh, hey. Chill out. There's plenty of cars. There's one over there, and there's one over there. Don't run. You don't want to trip, and you don't want to get hurt.
How will get hurt? How? Miss Cook and
What is it?
I had been so.
Oh,
Actually, underline this right here. So what do we do? We try and get this word to mean something. So when it means something, we can put it with that sentence, and then when we put that with that sentence, we will find out answer. That's how we will find out answer.
okay. You guys ever heard of
Number 11.
There you go. You're using that schema. I love that movie. Yep, there you go. Using that schema you got.
I have been waiting to see if he was in here his uncle was able to get to go to the ocean and said it was an amazing movie. He wondered what would happen to his favorite character. He really wanted to know. And the suspense was killing him. What does he think? Feeling of fear, feeling of excitement. I think it's C.
Think back.
Look, here's one.
Let me to scare you, Cameron.
Kanesha, I'm watching.
You have to do
Wasn't it super? You started to give compliments like I like the way you
Quietly using clues. I like that you guys are working, talking together. You're figuring this out. Partners.
Wait, what?
This is C2.
I like that you guys are working together. Alright, here, let's. Yeah, alright, so look, hey, Madison, over here. Alright, look. What do you call it? That's 3. What? Alright, so, I'll get them. Alright, so. Alright, so Pedro, Narada, Brandon.
Come right here.
Alright, you guys go to Miss Autry. Okay?
Let's go here.
don't have a partner now.
To go to the opening
Okay.
night and said
Partner?
it was an amazing movie.
Abram.
He wondered what
Who else doesn't have a
his
partner?
favorite character he really
Okay, why
loved
don't you
and
work with
suspense was killing him. What does suspense mean?
Okay,
He wanted to
you're
kill
still
his favorite
first. You're
character.
good.
Why would it be his favorite character if he wants to kill him?
He wanted to know if suspense was him.
Feeling of fear was killing him. Feeling of eager was killing him. Feeling of waiting to what or will happen was killing him.
One is blue.
I don't know.
They're 217 pages.
That's a good idea.
I just did it yesterday because none of them had.
Wait, didn't we do this?
And then I was just putting random, and I was like, no, let me put the same color.
What do you
There
think
go.
it
That's
is?
one way to keep track.
I'm checking for 4 pencils.
I think it's a fear. Feeling a fear. I think it's A.
Go ahead and end the lesson in a few minutes. See the most of working. I'm going to put sticky notes on your desk. And I'm going to be like, I want you to write 2 ways.
I didn't get number 11 here. You did it.
It's easy exit ticket. Oh yeah, no, I was gonna give them a few more minutes, and then
We
they
started
can.
at 8:20.
Yeah, no, and they can totally close the lesson out. Oh,
Abram knocked down the camera.
it's all right. Accidents happen. Nothing's worse for wear.
She's scared.
Let's see my dog. There you go. Just be careful. It's okay. I know. I just scare the people watching you.
So whenever I try to walk. Wait, Abram. Oh, you know
So I mean, it spells it out. Like, and whenever I do
10,
my lesson,
11, 12.
I mean, I do it more often. But it just spells it out. It tells me exactly what it should be.
I was gonna champ it out after I passed their stuff. But sorry. It's around here. Yeah.
I'm telling
You got 14 though. Yeah, it's around the room. They're all mixed up. We're not in order now.
Rain, Keisha, and Brianna.
Okay. Right. Well, let's not snap. Only I can do that. Right, sit down. Yep, sorry. Only I can do that. It's around. Yep, these are all mixed up. If anybody's looking for number 9, it's over here. Number 9's over right there. They're all mixed up.
This is like 9 years ago. I wrote on Facebook this season, but must finish my philosophy of education paper before I can get any rest. School days, I remember staying up late. All the things.
Yeah, but you also have classes at really weird times. 1 a.m. I love how you guys are working together. What about your Alright.
So what should you do? What does it say? Read.
Read independently. Alright, you're done?
No, you're just reading.
Okay, so what does it say? Turn into top tray. We're gonna, I'll tell you about it. But go, this is
Alright, let's go. We haven't done number 7.
huh? No, nope, all the way to
I've been
16.
waiting to see
It's not
the
that far?
new adventure movie.
No, it doesn't. Nope, go all the way to 16.
His uncle was able to go to the opening night and said it was amazing.
Yep, there you go, Keisha.
He wonders what would happen to Rex if his favorite character. He really wanted to know, and the suspense was killing him. The suspense is so cool.
Yes. Thank you.
Most of our answers are
Thank you for waiting so patiently. Good job.
Yeah, we're
What are you looking for?
no, we're reading this. Not right this second.
Oh, okay. They're all mixed up.
4, 5,
11, 8,
We have a lot of B's and so many C's. I know. Not many A's.
16,
We need
7, 6. Here's 10 right here, girls. I'll give you. No, I'm going to tell you.
I would be surprised.
Thank you, Matthew. You're all done, so now you're reading your book. Yep, you're reading at your seat. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. 1, 2, eyes on you. Okay. Michaela, Aiden, that's up here. So I'm going to close out this lesson. Don't worry, you can still work. I'm just going to explain the sticky notes on your desk. Okay? When you're done, what I want you to do is I want you to write on your sticky note first your name and then 2 things that you think you can use context clues in life for. Like, how can you use context clues in your life? How do you think you'll be able to use them in life? Okay? And then once you're done, just come and you can just stick it to my desk. All right.
Would I mean
Okay, no, you can just write 2 in there. You're going to write 2 ways you can use context clues in your life. Okay, all right. Please continue.
Where do we put the answer?
Okay, remember up there it says turn in top tray. Yep, continue. Okay, closing out the lesson.